Hey everybody, unfortunately at the time of this video, it is Sunday night in New York, July 12th. We got the unfortunate news of the passing of Nintendo's president Satoru Iwata at the young age of 55. This does come after 2 years of reports of health issues and missed E3s, but it's still shocking nonetheless and really terrible. I'm not good at talking about death and stuff like that, but what Iwata left is a legacy, and it's undeniable, and I'm thankful for it, and I'm sure many of you guys are out there as well. Iwata had become president of Nintendo in 2002. This was only after 2 years of actually working with Nintendo as a company. Before that, he worked as a programmer, developer, and producer for HAL, with an amazing list of credits including work on Earthbound, Kirby, and later Super Smash Bros. And Pokemon Snap. What was always really cool about Iwata, and it was very clear, was that he was a game maker first and a CEO of a huge multinational company second. As president of Nintendo, he was directly responsible for the creation of the Wii and the DS. Both pieces of hardware that of course were massively successful, but also Nintendo's most creative products ever. Look at the DS. And not only that, it's the most successful selling handheld of all time. Not to mention what the Wii did with the casual market and brought families and players and casual players together and enjoying Nintendo games. And even up until now, the Wii was the only time we ever gave a damn about motion controls because Nintendo did it the best. And that's thanks to Iwata. A lot of people might disagree, but I always compared him to, in terms of innovation and leadership, to the Japanese Steve Jobs. While he necessarily can't take credit for every single console or game Nintendo has made, through his leadership and his openness, he was able to make great things happen. But he also stuck through Nintendo through thick and thin with the later kind of a little bit of a misfire of the early launch of the 3DS and the Wii U. For those of you that don't know, Iwata actually took a pay cut during the initial flop of the 3DS to show that he was trying to make things right. And ultimately, he eventually did, because now the 3DS is awesome and it's totally rocking. But more than anything, Iwata was the public face of Nintendo. He was essentially our direct connection to Japan. But since the very beginning, since he took power, he was all about embracing what makes Nintendo special and different and really running with that and making people smile and enjoy video games, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. He really was just for the people having fun and playing video games, whether it was the hardcore crowd, which he did actually address, or the families that just sat around and played Wii U tennis. He just wanted to make people smile. And Iwata Asks and Nintendo Direct were really initiatives of him to make Nintendo more relatable and for them to connect to their fans. I mean, they're called Nintendo Directs for a reason. While of course the Japanese language barrier is a little awkward, they really connect with us better than any other company ever did. You don't see EA doing a Direct. But like I did say, Iwata stuck through with thick and thin, like, you know, with the Wii U and 3DS, but thankfully Nintendo seems to be on the upswing. And Nintendo isn't a perfect company. I can't sing all their praises, especially as a YouTuber. They kind of like to bone us a little bit. But ultimately, I think most of us as gamers can be a little hard on Nintendo because at the end of the day, we're rooting for them. We want to see them succeed. So we're a little harder on them because we grew up with them and we want them to do the best they absolutely can. And I think Satoru Iwata was definitely aware of that, definitely beholden to that, and I'm just so thankful for him for what he has done. One of my favorite quotes in video games, Iwata once said, "Video games are meant to be just one thing: fun. Fun for everyone." And I think we can consider that a mission accomplished because video games are still really fun and I'm having a blast. So thank you very much, Iwata-san.